Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So Bitcoin hit an all-time high of 112. Sky's the limit for Bitcoin, and I'll make another video about Bitcoin. But today, let's talk about Sui. Sui's one of my favorite L1s, one of my favorite altcoins, and today it had a hack. News broke that over 162 million was seized, and they moved this wallet and they tracked it to an Ethereum wallet, and we'll get into that. So am I still bullish on Sui based on this news? Let's talk about it, see what it's going to impact as far as price goes and its future. Let's get into it. So if you like the video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more of my content, subscribe to the channel. So it's crazy. We had all this good news, and then we got hit with this hack business, right? At the end of the day, I still think, well, I'll show you what I think. So let's start with the news. So over 162 was stolen. It was a 220 million hack, and they were able to save some of it. So the main, basically, it's not Sui that was hacked per se, but the biggest DEX on Sui called Cetus. So that's what happened. So the Sui network is still secure. Just one of the major DEXs, obviously, that, helps their TVL number was impacted. And that's an issue. So according to this article here, it says Sui validators freeze majority of the stolen funds in the $220 million Cetus hack. So that is positive. At least they were able to, see some of it and save some people's money. Nonetheless, it leaves a black eye on the chain itself, and we'll see if it's impacted the price much. So Cetus, they announced and they acknowledged everything. It said, as of earlier today, we have confirmed that an attacker has stolen approximately $223 million from the protocol. We have took immediate action to lock our contract, preventing further thefts of funds, which is good. However, it says 162 million of the compromised funds have been successfully paused, so that's good. We are working with the Sui Foundation and other ecosystem members right now on the next step solutions with the goal of recovering the remaining stolen funds. So again, it says that they're working with the Sui Foundation. This is just this one DEX, not the entire ecosystem, although it has negative impacts on the ecosystem, but it's just Cetus protocol. The majority of the impacted funds are paused, and we are actively pursuing paths to recover the remainder. We have no higher priority and will provide further updates as they become available through this channel. A full incident report will be disclosed later. We are sincerely grateful for your patience. So that's good. They acknowledged everything. They took some precautions, and they were able to, seize at least some of it. So that wasn't a complete loss. Now, hacks like this happen. Unfortunately, it's commonplace in crypto, and hopefully with some regulation, we could prevent this, but hacks happen all the time. Coinbase was hacked last week. I can think of other protocols that were hacked in the past, so this is par for the course, unfortunately. But it's not the demise of Sui at all. So I asked AI about this, and they, obviously they talked about the exploit. And what I want to talk about is how the attacker did it. And according to AI, the attacker reportedly used spoof tokens to manipulate the price curves and liquidity pools, allowing them to extract real assets from the exchange. This is according to CoinDesk. Interesting. So Cetus, they already paused, and we talked about what they did. They paused the smart contracts to prevent further losses and is investigating the incident. So the impact to the price, we'll look at that a little later, but it wasn't too crazy. Sui was on track. It was riding in the coattails of Bitcoin. It was over $4, over $4.10, I believe. Then at the news came down to $3.64, and now it's holding steady around, $3.85 to $3.90. So it's found its legging, found its footing, and I think that's it. I don't think it's going to be much of a negative impact on Sui. Before Bitcoin hit the all-time high, Sui was toying with the low $3. So this is still positive. Now, let's take a look at TVL, how it's impacted it. We see the total value locked right now still at 1.65 billion. So that's good. Stablecoin market cap is still positive. But, overall, there are some negatives, right? So if we take a look at the one-day change, and we're just going to look at the DEXs. And we see Cetus, obviously, is the big one. And for the 1 day, down 84.8%. We look at another DEX, Magma, that's down only 1.3%. Turbos, that's down 36.3%. So, there are some negative effects right now. Hopefully when things stabilize and, people feel more secure, they'll be back on SUI again. But right now, there is some impact, negative impact, but it could be much worse. So that's good. Now let's take a look at some metrics here. According to Artemis, we see that market cap still 13.2 billion. Currently sits at number 11, I believe, on CoinMarketCap as far as the biggest cryptos. As far as fees goes, collecting 67,000, revenue 24,000, DEX volume 539 million. Daily transactions down to 4.4 million. That's still a lot than the majority of the L1s out there. And daily active addresses currently stands at 416,000. So I looked at Raoul Powell, who's a big investor. He claims he has over 50% of his holdings in SUI. He serves as an advisor. Just wanted to see if he commented on this at all, but I didn't see anything. No comments about it. So either he's unaware, which I doubt, or he doesn't think it's a big deal. Also, Marty Party, who's a big SUI and Solana guy, he said, and he acknowledged on his X page, that today a malicious actor attacked one of the ecosystems, Cetus, via a vulnerability that they found in the Cetus Oracle code, which has already been patched, fully documented and transparently by the teams. So he's acknowledged it. They acted quickly and they patched it up and they saved some of the funds. So that's good. Now let's take a look at where we stand, right? Currently, SUI sits at number 11, $3.85. So we're still steady, still holding over $3.80. We look at the past 24 hours. It's showing that there's only a dip of less than 1%. So less than 1%, a major hack was announced, less than 1%. That shows you the strength and the community of this coin and this project. So overall, I'm still bullish on SUI, and I'm, sorry for the hacks and people that were impacted by it, but at least we still have a chance to get into SUI under $4. Yes, it's expensive, but you see the price of Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin is headed to some price discovery. Some analysts are saying 125, 150, 200. No one knows. No one knows at all. But the way the bond market's headed in the U.S. and overall, just fiat overall, is not looking great. If you have the narrative that Bitcoin is a true hedge against inflation and people flooding money into Bitcoin, all these alts, especially the ones in the top 10 and, some under that, they're also going to be impacted positively. So it's not surprising to see SUI probably do a 2x, 3x, 5x. I'm hoping for a 10x, but you never know. So a price under $4 right now is good for me. And just looking at the price, we'll see here. You see it dipped down. Earlier today, we were over $4.19. And then once the news hit, we dipped down. And now we found some price discovery here, some footing here at 383, 385, 389. I'm a buyer at these prices. So I wanted to make a quick video. Yes, I'm still bullish on SUI. Hope you are too. I'm bullish on a lot of alts, but SUI, I think, has the potential to do big things. They're in the RWA. They're in the gaming. Anything you could think of as far as the top L1s is a strong competitor right now. And this has a smaller market cap than Ethereum, smaller market cap than XRP, smaller market cap than Solana. So when a true altcoin season hits, major gains are in store for this project here. So that's all I got for today. Talk to you later. And if you like the video, please hit that like button, and more content coming soon.